And we're back. I'm gonna fill it by empty. Anyway. So the thing I wanted to show off is kind of a secret. It's if we go in here, I'm gonna look for a piece of carpet. Let me see if I can remember the spot. It's like right here? Yeah, unless it's... Oh, there we go! I see.
So, of course, if you had not used every single super potion,
Yeah.
you'll just have to get by with 9 plates of ketchup pasta.
Yep. So that's just a thing that's in the game.
Just, if you're on that exact spot,
Yep.
and you open your menu and scroll through, you just kind of get items.
Yep. There's also 2 relics if you looked at the, I'll show you again. When you go to the save file here, you'll see that at the bottom, there's 2 relics that we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact that we've gone everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They are 2 relics that are dropped by enemies.
Ah.
The Phantom and the Mirage Skeleton.
Ah.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Just a lot of grinding.
Yeah, I don't really feel like grinding. Go away, Leon. What I think of your save point.
So, back to actually,
Yes, now we're actually going to complete the game now that we have decked ourselves out with essentially grinding for all of these items that we just put in our inventory. It's like faster grinding.
yeah.
So you could get them all in-game normally, so... Now, the real question is, what weapon do I bring? I think cross? There's
Cross or
holy water.
holy water sound like they would be the most sensible thing for a vampire fight.
I'm going to assume holy water, and we'll find out if I'm wrong by the time I get there. Hey, I learned a new technique.
Hey. Well, apparently nobody has bothered to get the exact drop rate of these things down, but it's estimated to be in the vicinity of 0.2 to 1%.
Yeah.
So, standard JRPG.
Run away! Run away!
So I wasn't paying attention. Where are you going right now?
I am going to the other side of the pagoda of the Misty Moon.
Ah. Oh.
Just to see what's over here.
Hey, fans.
I'm doing like 18 first little whip against these guys. If we take a look at what the Whip of Flames does. Actually, slightly.
Yeah, I
They are
figured the
elemental.
elemental things would still be.
But, that said, it is better in the general case against all enemies. Stop it.
Just wants to
So how many Cyclops? Cyclopsi?
many clops.
It'd help if you hit me.
Well, he doesn't want to help. They just want to float there like a brainless, feathery asshole.
Here we find a tablet.
VI.
The Roman numeral 6. And there's this strange hole here.
That's not where 6 goes.
Right, it's not. So we're gonna remove that tablet. Something is clearly behind here.
Clearly.
Well, time to go find where a 4 is instead of a 6.
flying by shouting, "Fight me! Come on, fight me!" Get away. You're just letting them wail on you.
Not letting them. They keep doing the same damn attack.
Member plate.
I actually don't know what
I would assume it's something that gives you a discount at the shop, based on the name.
that is. Let's take a look. Item. Ah, yeah, there we go. It's an
Yep.
accessory.
It's a membership card to Ronaldo's discount member club?
Apparently Spartacus had it this whole time. Ow.
Well, now you can use that to go to the shop and buy cheap diamonds.
Theoretically, yes. Okay. So, having gone through that, we'll have to go back through it again. First, we need to do this part. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Yeah.
Cyclopses. Here we are in this grand hall.
Oh, it's pretty grand.
There's two exits. One is over here. One is three.
Save
exits.
room.
This is a save room. Here. Moon and sun.
Okay.
Put this VI tab in. Doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But there's also this level.
Oh.
What does this lever do, you might ask? Now it's 4 because it flipped.
You could have just turned it around itself, Leon. You enormous dullard.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we gotta go back.
Seriously, they could have had like a magic mirror or something. where like you take the tablet, the 6, and you put it in a mirror, and it gives you the mirrored image of it. But no, it was just fucking printed on the back.
Alright, now we have 1 through 5.
And now let's wait for it to compute this ancient tablet. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Magic. Vampire magic.
Vampire magic is called alchemy. Anyway, here is the dragon's crest. It's a key.
So this whole thing was necessary.
Yes! Your head is in your hands right now.
Leon is just the worst.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Leon is the worst Belmont.
He might be one of the worst Belmonts, yeah. He's also the first, so it's okay. We can only go up from here. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Oh, hey, it's a gap. Whatever the hell that is.
I guess it's like a gargoyle, only... lightning occasionally?
It's a stupid name.
Yep. More or less stupid than Spartacus.
I would say more stupid. You could just say, like, Thunder Gargoyle, or friggin'... Let's call it a lightning rod. What the hell is Gop?
Well, as it turns out, we can look it up.
I don't wanna.
All I have to do is open up my encyclopedia. Nope, not that one. My encyclopedia, and I search for Gop. Gop! The embodiment of hatred from the West. Which kind of explains your feelings towards it, doesn't it?
Alright then.
Wait, that door's open.
Oh.
Damn it.
You didn't have to do it again. Or maybe you never had to do it to do that direction? Maybe it was only ever to go to the left?
Maybe. Or maybe you had to do it once. One of those. Anyway, this is our final save point. Our success rate is somewhere around 99.1% there. So here we go.
Okay. Stairway outside, Blood Moon. Going above the electric clouds. Cool, cool. And I couldn't quite see. Is this just kind of hovering at the end of the stairs, or was there actually a tower?
Anyway.
Welcome. I have been waiting, Leon. Walter, I will never forgive you.
I see. It seems you have enjoyed the gift that I gave you.
Yes. Thanks to that, I now have the power to defeat you.
Well, that power is quite something. But I am beloved by the night. You will taste my powers.
I'll kill you and the knight!
Interesting. Now the curtain rises on this delightful little game.
So you're saying about Leon being a dullard?
I will murder Knight.
So all you have to do is hit him once.
What?
Specifically with the vampire killer, I assume.
Yes.
Now there is nothing left to protect you. I'll fulfill my promise to Sarah now!
Not yet. The power of the night is still full. I shall teach you the meaning of true terror.
Okay, now an actual fight. That phone looks tiny.
Compared to him, yeah. So yeah, you gotta get away from that one because it's pretty much destroys half the room.
So I see you're not really using your items.
Yes.
Of course, this is phase 1.
Of course.
Well, phase 2. Phase 1, I guess, was just the green. Hit him once.
Good. Stop laughing at me! Yeah!
It can't be. This should not have happened.
Sarah's suffering. And Ronaldo's grief. Carve them into your cursed body and perish.
With my powers, I will surely come back to life. I could not obtain the Crimson Stone. But someday, it will be mine. No! You betrayed me! I shall take your soul! This power I offer to the king who wields the Crimson Stone! Excellent. I never spent a better night.
Matthias?
You didn't disappoint me, Leon. I knew without a doubt that you would accomplish this.
What is the meaning of this?
I needed a powerful vampire soul. That is all.
Are you saying you used me?
Not just you. Your betrothed, Sarah, Ronaldo, and Walter. I used all of you. I never thought it would go so well, though.
Is that red stone? The Crimson Stone?
Ah, you know it. I'm impressed. I made Walter's soul mine with the power of this stone.
I sense a rage from this whip. Matthias, you abandoned humanity?
That's right. By becoming a vampire, I obtained eternal life. That was my goal. It was my revenge against God.
Revenge against God?
We have risked our lives and fought for the sake of God. But God mercilessly stole away the one I loved most. When all I ever wished for was Elizabeta's safety. If limited life is God's decree, then I shall defy it. And within that eternity, I shall curse him forevermore.
Matthias.
Leon, after what you've been through, you should know.
Yes, you're right. I do understand. How you feel. I too.
Then come with me. I will give you eternity too.
You wretched fool.
What?
Is this what the woman you loved would have wanted? The Matthias I know would not have loved such a woman.
Elizabeta was a kind, honorable woman. She was concerned only for me to the very end. That is why I hate him! Am I wrong? Did you not defeat Walter with hatred in your heart too?
Yes, I'd be lying if I claimed otherwise. But defeating him... no. Preventing others from suffering the same cursed fate. That was Sarah's dying wish. Granting my beloved's wish. That is all I can do to prove my love to Sarah. Eternity without her would be nothing but emptiness.
Leon, I thought that you would understand. Dawn is coming. Farewell, Leon. Death is all yours.
Stop!
By my master's orders, you'll be destroyed here and now!
So, this is the final boss.
That's what happens when you let these guys reap all of your death. So, out of that whole bit, like, I have already completely forgotten from the beginning what happened to Elizabetha.
She died of illness.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Minion!
So yeah, Matthias became Dracula by stealing a vampire's soul through alcohol.
Minion!
I love his minions.
Die! Die! Die!
The real question, though, is how the fuck Matthias got the loyalty of death?
That's actually, explained. He owns the Crimson Stone.
Okay, okay.
By having the power to steal souls, he's basically Death's master.
Okay.
Or at least Death thinks so.
Then the last question is, how did he get the Crimson Stone?
Ah, indeed. What we know thus far is that Matthias's family had books on alchemy and other forbidden knowledge. Matthias himself was incredibly well learned, for a crusader, and known as a masterful tactician. So it's entirely possible he found it. Or helped create it, maybe. Just be so good at blocking that. I guess I'll just do that instead.
I didn't even notice when you were doing things that you got 9
Of the curtain bells.
bells.
Ooh, now he's got a new attack.
Uh-oh.
And it hurts.
He's entered Berserker mode.
weird for Death to be yelling at somebody to die.
Kind of weird that he can't just steal your soul. Well, I guess he was only able to take Walter's soul because he was already weakened by your fight. So, yeah. I noticed you still haven't used any of those food items.
No, not until I need to.
Like, do they do things other than just healing?
They heal, but like a weird amount. Small beats fast.
Deadly Tempest! Deadly Tempest! Impossible! To think that I would be...
I have the power to destroy all related to the vampires. Though you have divine powers, you are no exception.
Unfortunately for you, as long as my master survives, I will rise from the dead.
I see. Give him this message. You have become a cursed being, and I will never forgive you. This whip and my kinsmen will destroy you someday. From this day on, the Belmont clan will hunt the night!
So Walter's death didn't destroy the castle, it was Death's death that destroyed the castle.
In this case, yes. The castle wasn't tied to Walter's power. And I think Death's death just kind of shook everything up. You know, when the divine die.
So, he did it.
And that is the end of Castlevania Lament of Innocence. What did you think?
It was certainly a video game.
Yep.
It's really all I got.
So now that we've established the conceit of the entire series, do you have any questions?
Well, I've already asked the things that were sitting out to me, the deals of Matthias, but I mean, the rest seems pretty self-evident at this point. We
Yeah.
have an immortal vampire who hates God. So he goes on to study dark arts more than he already had, gets a demon army, and builds a magic science castle out of alchemy. And then there's a multi-generation conflict.
Yeah, pretty much. So, sorry, I had to
Yes.
wait for that part. It's a very good part. So you might be wondering what comes next.
I am, in fact, wondering what comes next.
Well, a lot of time passes. A spectacular amount of time, actually.
That's kind of unfortunate. I was hoping that we would get some more of the early stuff.
Well, it is still early, but a lot of time passes for the families as they're feuding here. Matthias, eventually becomes Dracula and goes to a country called Wallachia. And the exact details are kind of sketchy, but it is thought that he moved from country to country, moving further out to the east through.
And so the story of the Belmont clan's struggle against evil begins. However, Matthias and the Belmonts will not meet again for hundreds of years. Matthias goes into hiding in foreign lands and continues to curse God for eternity. Eventually, he names himself Lord of the Vampires, King of the Night. The years before their next meeting pass slowly and quietly, but with finality. The intermission in this exquisite play from which two souls will never escape.
Now we've unlocked crazy mode! And also Joachim mode, if you want to play as a vampire with swords.
Okay.
I think he's actually easier to play with because he doesn't have a whip and doesn't need to do the whip-based puzzle platforming.
Well, that ending bit there did bring up another interesting question
Yes.
that I would love to see elaborated on, but I'm sure hasn't been. How exactly did he go about becoming Lord of all Vampires?
Yes. So, again, he basically kept quiet, hiding from country to country.
Presumably, in his hiding, he was doing a lot of background politics stuff with the vampire society.
Yes, and, I'm trying to recall the exact historical precedent, but there was, not a Matthias conquest, but, someone with a very similar name who shows up in history hundreds of years later as a sort of a royal aide or advisor to Transylvanian royalty. The next in line of which was the Tepes family. Or Vlad the Impaler. So, it is possible You know, we can infer that he eventually worked his way to become some sort of a tactician or an advisor to the royal family, and then, using his subtle machinations, took it over, such that he owns his own country. And from there, he can just build his power, because nobody's going to stop him. He's the Lord of Vampires. Well, he's the Lord of a country, and he can kill whoever he wants and perform whatever blood experiments he wants. He's already this master of alchemy. And from there, he can do all sorts of demon summoning and things. What happens next is interesting, and is actually expounded upon in the Netflix series, which is the next canonical thing to happen.
Oh, really?
Yes. So for now, we're going to close this video off. Thank you all for watching this, the first game in Castlevania in chronological order. See us next time for Castlevania 3.